start the lab. So you just have to RDP here. So I'm just going to click here and it's going to download RDP for me. So I'm just going to click here and then eventually I'm going to get this, right? So here I have to type the student name, basically student, and the password, right? After RDP. So basically you are RDPing into the browser, into the remote machine, the UDF machine, right? So let's do this. Let's open Visual Studio and the browser, right? So now the browser and the Visual Studio will have the documentation. Like, okay, so I've just opened the browser, type in the password again. Okay, start a new session. Make sure you are in the documentation. So I'm going to open the documentation here. So here is the documentation. So let's go to the lab overview. So we know that this is what we are doing. We already talked about it. Once you join, basically you will get this link, right? So you have to click on this link on the email and then you will get this. Here you have to join. Make sure it is this name. Modernize core infrastructure by migrating legacy big IP configs to AS3. And once you do that, you will see this, right? So you have to go to the jump box. You basically go to deployment first, and then you will see this. So go to the jump box and RDP. And this is where we are, student. And the work password is here. And basically you log into the RDP session and you open the browser, right? And that's where we are right now. So for this, so here after this, actually you'll see a workstation as well. So make sure you basically go to terminal and do new terminal because you need a terminal to work for. And then you should be in this particular directory. Now, all the cloud credential are not on this browser, right? So cloud credential are on your laptop. So basically make sure you know where they are. So if you click on the cloud accounts, you will see that. And then that's pretty much it. This is our exercise 1. And then we go to exercise 2. So exercise 2, what it does is actually it uses Terraform provider and it creates organization and workspace for Terraform provider. So this is the file actually which just shows you what code it uses to create the config. I don't know why it should. Okay. Make sure you hit return, enter. And now exercise 2 is where basically you will create a new organization and workspace on HCP Terraform. So here you go and log into the HCP. So you can open the browser. So here, let me show you. Click on this icon and then you will have a browser here. I think continue with HCP Terraform. Make sure you click on this ID and continue, right? So basically you don't need password and all. It's already there. So this is organization page. Go to the browser again and we have done pretty much this, right? So it's gonna, so you have to create organization here, and you have to create workspace as well. So you have to read this actually. Okay. So this is showing the config and all. And when you are here, actually just type in Terraform init. I don't need this one. I'm just gonna, and then go on Terraform plan. And ultimately you have to do this, right? So basically what it is doing is it's creating the organization on the Terraform cloud, and it is also creating whatever required for us. So now if you go back here, and then I need to refresh it because it's not showing. So if I refresh, you can see that this is the organization name. It's using the organization name. So I should see that. So click here, and then you are in your workspace, right? So now, so pretty much this we did. We know our organization, and now you can explore the workspace and learn how to initialize it and all that, right? So this thing, it's already taken care of. Now we are almost done with exercise 2. Then let's go to exercise 3. 3 is your infrastructure creation, right? Day 0 big IP deployment on AWS. So what you have to do is check your prefix is there. You have to go into this directory, which if you are not there, then do Terraform output and it will tell you the prefix. It's already there, but yeah. So you know that you are in that organization. Now for day 0, make sure you use this and go into day 0. Day 0 directory, right? So you have to be in day 0 directory. Then you generate the key. Now this key is required for your agent. So I'm going to create that. And then you can just enter default, right? Like whatever is there. So your key is already created. If you want to see, you can do that, and you can see that the key should be there. I think the key work will be the key, right? Yeah, see, work.pub, and work is the private key. You already have that. Now you can do, now we are doing day 0, right? So let's do Terraform init. So that code is actually, you have to read that code if you want, right? For example, in day 0, you can go here and select Cloud TF. So it's using your organization and your workspace. And it is creating F5. It is creating your main TF. It is creating like the backend application as well as the agent, right? So everything it is creating for you. So then you do Terraform plan. So this will fail because, see, now you see that it's showing you yellow because now whatever you're doing is actually happening on this workspace, right? Like if I refresh and go here. So, okay. So you can see that there's nothing here, right? And it says no valid credential. So there are no credential for AWS. So we have to set up that credential, right? So let's go ahead and configure the credential. So how do you configure credential is go to configure variable sets for AWS credential on Terraform Cloud. So you go here, make sure you are in your workspace, or make sure you are in your organization. Then go to settings, go to variable sets and create variable set, right? So now you can use name as AWS credential, and you can apply to all projects. It's better to have that. And then go and add variable, right? So now these are all environmental variables. So make sure you select environmental. Now here you go ahead and copy those keys, right? So the key name is access key. The value, you have to go to your cloud on your laptop, right? Make sure you go to your cloud account and copy this key, right? So you make sure you copy that, mark it sensitive, add to the variable, add another variable. So which is the second variable? So go here and you have the secret key here. That is another variable. So you basically go ahead and copy that key here. Make sure you do environmental. And now you need to worry about the value. So go to your cloud account, copy the key and mark it sensitive so it doesn't show up here, and paste it, add the variable. And then finally you create the key. So now if you look at, you have credential for this, okay? So now let's go ahead and do Terraform plan again. So looks like it's showing yellow because you don't have state file here, right? So everything happening in the workspace here on the Terraform cloud, right? So if you go, it's not showing yet, but if you go here, you will see things are happening here, right? So here, let's go to the workspace. If you click here and runs, you will see that plan got finished, right? And we got one error also initially. So now let's go ahead and do Terraform apply, auto, approve, and so this should basically, so this is happening on Terraform, right? See, you can see here, but we are just using CLI to show that. So this is, you can also run from here as well, from the Terraform cloud as well. So here you can see now what things are spinning up and so on. Okay. So it's going to take some time. Meanwhile, let's look at, so we have to add those variables we already did. And then we should see all that, right? So now we should also go ahead and look at in our AWS console. So before that, let's look here. It's still applying, which is good. So it's going on fine. So before that, let's log into the AWS AWS console. So for that, go and access RDP, you are already on the jump box. Open the console on the jump box. Okay. So that means you have to go to the cloud, this thing, and open the link in RDP, this link, right? Open that in RDP. So you go here, copy that link, and go to your new browser, basically on the browser, paste it here, right? And you should see username and password. So this one you can get, again, go to your laptop, make sure it is UDF and take the password from here. So it is UDF and the password is whatever I copied from there, and then I can log in, right? You can save if you want, that's fine. See, currently it is going to Tokyo, whatever. Make sure you are into US West, Oregon, okay? So here it is creating all that, still going on. If you go here, you should be able to see all those instances which are getting created. So here make sure your student ID is matching to whatever your workspace is. So here my big IP is created. I have my instance running, right? It's still showing initializing, but I can do this and see what is happening still, right? You can see I have at least the backend application installed. My big IP and all is still very early. We have to wait. But meanwhile, you can go and see that you get this state, right? You should get all this. Let's look at the workflow here. See, I have this workspace created. My day 0 is in this. And I'm on my organization, right? So that's pretty much it. Let's look at what else we have to do. So this is actually day 1, right? So day 0 is done actually. This is day 0. So next is we can go to day 1 and see what we have to do. Day 1 is actually we want to push the application objects now, right? And if you see what we are doing here is we are configuring the virtual server using Terraform resources. And for that virtual server, we are configuring the monitor pool, and then we are also attaching the node here, right? So this is your imperative Terraform resources. So and we know that our big IP password is here, your UI is here. If you want to go and log in into big IP, you can do that, but that's not required. Now, second thing is we have to create variable for big IP in this exercise. So I'm going to go ahead and create variable. You can use this variable name, right? So go to your work, your organization, go to settings, go to variable sets, and you have to variable set, right? So we can create variable set. So I can say that give this name apply to all projects, and then we can add variable. Make sure now it is Terraform variable. Okay, so now you go here. So we have to basically give credential for your big IP. So that's what we are doing here. We are saying globally. So make sure you use address as a key. I'm going to put address value. I'm putting 10.0.0.200. This is common for everybody, right? Another I have to introduce is port, username, and password. Okay. So I go here. I'm going to do port. Port is 8080. Sorry, port is 8443. Add. So you can verify that actually if you go to documentation, you can see it is 8443, and the password you have to give. Don't give this password because your password will be different. Your username is admin. I'm just going to go and so this is what the documentation says, right? So you do all that. So go ahead and add another variable, and that will be your port. Port we already added. Your username. Username is admin. And then lastly, we have to add password. So the key name is password. Make sure you mark this as sensitive, and then put the password here, right? Now how to find the password? So you go here, maybe you can open another tab here. So go here for your organization, go to your organization and go to the workspace and output, and here you can find the password, or you can also take it from the terminal here. Here is the password here. You can go here and type in the password and add that to the thing. So these are the 4 things which you need. So create a variable set, and you have big IP environmental variable also as well. So now we have to go to the day 1, because remember we already did day 0. So to go to day 1, just click here, click on day 1, and then make sure in day 1, when you are in day 1, make sure you have main TF open. Check here that your organization name is not correct here. So make sure you have that organization name. So what is your organization name? So here, if you go and click here, it is 68T, mine is, right? So I can do here 68TJ, right? That's my organization name. Everything else remains same. Make sure you save that file. And now you can go and do Terraform init. And Terraform plan. This is going to fail because we have a couple of other things to do. Because we are using workspace here, and it is, if you look at the security groups, those security groups are pretty tight, right? So let's say go to F5. So this is dash F5 is your F5 device. If you go and look at the security group, the security group is all, like very specific source, right? And since now you want to basically edit and make sure your IP, means the workstation IP, the RDP Jumpbox IP, you should be able to use it from Jumpbox IP, right? So that thing is not here. So I'm going to edit that and add a rule saying that all TCP, and I'm going to enable for my IP. So this will be for my Jumpbox and save the rule, right? So now at least we have the security group working, means configured. What else is remaining? So go to documentation and check this out. Check that your agent, how is your agent doing, right? So you can go to this one, go to settings and go to agents, and you can see that your agent is in this state, which is good. It has also got a public IP, so it can talk to your cloud. Another thing is actually go to, what we have to do is make sure so this is a day 0, right? Make sure your general settings is using agent. Currently it is using remote, but we are using agent, because agent, Terraform agent, right? So make sure you select this, and we have only one agent configured. So update that organization, right? So now, so this was failing because we don't have proper agent configured. So now try Terraform plan. And you should be able to, go and use this to connect to your big IP, right? Make sure you go, okay, sorry. You connect this and say advance and make sure you accept the risk. And check here, this is the password, and your login is admin. Go admin and password. Can save it. So you will have no LTM configured, right? So there won't be any LTM or nothing else. So now we can go ahead and provision this. Apply auto approve. So if you go back here on this one, on the Terraform cloud, you should see day 0, day 1 is getting planned, right? So this switch is working right now. So let's give a couple of minutes to configure the virtual server. So apply is queued. If you go here, go to the virtual server, nothing is yet there. Let's see. Okay, so it's creating all the resources. If I go here on the virtual server, I have the virtual server configured. I have this initial, we went through all that. Make sure we did agent. And we set up the IPs, basically security group, all that information. And we should get this thing, right? Like where both things are applied here. And finally, you basically log in and check it out, right? And to go and check the app, you basically use the public IP and go 8080, right? So you can use this public IP and go 8080. I can go here and go this thing and do 8080 and I should get a response back. So it's pretty much working, right? And so that's pretty much done with exercise 4. I'm going to destroy this because I don't want this config. Or I can also destroy from here, right? Whatever, you can do that as well. So meanwhile, let's look at what else we have. Where if you go to exercise 6, this is where we are converting your legacy config into AS3. So let me give yes here and show it removes the configuration. Okay. So that will remove that. And let's go and look at this now, right? So to convert that, make sure you have all these extensions installed. So I can go here and see that I have this extension installed. Then what I do is click on open folder in VScode. Open folder in VScode. Ensure that you have in the Terraform folder. So make sure VScode you have this one selected. This is your open folder, so that's good. We are there. And then click on F5 icon on the left side. So this is the one, right? So you have to click on this icon. Okay. And click on import. So what we are doing is actually we are importing the local UCS file. So I'm going to import and you click on here and go and click on AS3 and then you import this file, right? So I'll select this file. That's what we did. And then while you are in the F5 icon, we will navigate to sources. So go to sources, then go to partitions, then go to common. So this is where you will see the config, app config, which we have downloaded. So now what you do is actually go here and highlight the whole file. So I have highlighted it and then right click and then convert to ACC, convert to AS3. So this is your AS3 now, right? This is your AS3 file and that's what it's untitled AS3. So change the timeout from 999 to 800. So you go and look at timeout. So where is the timeout? So this is sometimes this is the interval. So we have to change the timeout. So because sometimes when it converts, it messes up the configuration. So this is the one. and then I have to save, right? I have to go and file, save as, and save as, let's give the file name as vs underscore tc1 .json. Okay, so we saved that, and so this pretty much we saved, and I'm just explaining here. You can use tc2 or you can use save as tc1 or tc2 depending upon what you have saved. So here I have saved at tc1, that's fine. So you go and look at this file which is under AS3. So basically you have to go to this one, go to AS3 and make sure what you have, right? So here I have TC1, so I'm going to change to TC1, right? Because mine is not. So here you can see that you are using the organization name. So here the organization name is different. You have to change it and make sure it is matching your organization name. So what is my organization name? It is 68F, student 68FG. I go here and change it to 68TJ, right? And everything else remains same. I'm going to go ahead and save this file, right? I have to go to terminal, make sure I'm in the AS3 directory, right? Because this is now my exercise 6. You go ahead and go into this directory. And this is TC1. You can confirm your prefix, which you already did. And workspace is AS3 app. Everything is good. And agent for that workspace also you have to consider, right? So maybe if you are here, that's fine. Agent will be common for everybody. So I'm going to go Terraform init and make sure what files you have. TC1 Terraform init, and I'll do Terraform plan. So it's preparing. So we've already got AS3 here. Waiting for the plan to start. Let's see what happens. So this is yellow because, like I said, we can do it from here as well, right? Okay, so now Terraform plan is fine. So I'm going to do Terraform apply, because if you look at what we are doing, we are using TC1 JSON, right? Which was converted. So this one I'm going to apply. So here I can see that planning is being showing here. That means the Terraform plan is going on, apply is going on. So when you apply, basically it does the planning first and then finally apply it, right? So looks like it is waiting for your input. I'm just going to give yes. So it's going to create, right? So it's applying. So you can see it's creating big IP AS3 using big IP AS3 resource for creation. And it's going to take some time, right? So, but meanwhile, you can go and check at big IP. So it's already added. Okay, that's fine. So here you can go to the workspace and you can see that it has already done the configuration. Now again, you can Terraform destroy and go ahead, right? So this pretty much you have done with your creation, right? I don't know why I did it. Okay. Yeah, so this error you will get if day one you have not removed, then you have to make sure you destroy that. But otherwise, this should be fine actually. And this is where we are, right? Like if you go and test the app again, you should see the output. And you can do the cleanup like Terraform destroy and so on. Okay. Thanks for watching it, guys.